Okay, we're live. Hi, everybody.
Hi, better than being dead.
Yes, this is Arthur. This is my first time today meeting him. I've been watching him. I seen him on with Mel, and I seen you on with Linda. And uh-oh, is your phone on?
There, it's off now.
Okay, I do. I do it all the time. But I seen you on with Mel, and I seen you on with Linda, and I really, really liked you. And I was trying to figure out how do I get a hold of him.
Well,
And
I'll pay you the $50 after this for saying those nice things. I
no,
promise.
I mean it. I was looking for your email and I'm like, well, there is no email. So I had to pretend I was booking a reading with him.
Oh no! It's right there on my YouTube page. Just to go to
Oh,
the website and ask for just ask a question. But
oh, I'm
it's
gonna
right
put
there.
your link in here. I forgot about that. Let me just do that real quick. And it's is it under Arthur?
ArthurEaseYourMind.com.
Ease your mind. I am the worst person of all of typing and okay, I want to put your link in the chat here, but for everybody. But I'll also put it in the description so that way people can subscribe to you. And I'm going to put Arthur. I'm going to put you down here. You guys
I
be
can type
patient
it.
with me. They all know what a terrible typer I am. Ease your mind link. Okay, guys, I'm putting Arthur's link in here. So
I'm
if
doing it
you would,
too, just in case.
look at Viviani. She beat me.
I
She's
love
Vivian
her.
is my moderator. She has a friend. She has been on here since I started, and she knows I'm slow, so she got you right in there. So you're in there twice. But yes, and I wanted to. We're going to do political questions, you guys, today rather than personal. I'll have another day that I do personal, but so you guys post in capital letters your political questions for us, okay? If you would. Thank you, Leslie. Leslie said I rock. That's sweet. Oh, there you are, Tana. I gotcha. So I wanted to
And if
ask
you
you.
were Pet Rock, you would roll.
I
Just kidding.
remember Pet Rocks. Do you remember Pet Rocks?
Of course, I'm old enough.
What a dumb thing that was. My sister
They
had
made so
one.
much money off of that, though. God bless them.
Didn't let. Why couldn't I have thought of an idea like that? Stick it notes, Pet Rocks. But oh, Robin said she loves political question. Yeah, put them in caps. Thank you, Viviani. And I just wanted to see who's in here real quick, and then we're going to talk a little bit. Hi, Patty Fitzgerald. I'll do your reading next time. We'll do a reading for you. Hi, Froxy Roxy, Viviani, Sunny Valeria. Oh, this is somebody from your channel. Is it Evelyn? 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 I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry.
I
Let's
don't.
see. Thankful's here. Hi, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. My Michelle. A bunch of you guys in here. Thank you for coming. Um,
Yeah.
I wanted to know, since I got to see it, but some of these people haven't met you before, how did you end up on YouTube? And before we start taking questions, so they can get to know you, and what do you do on YouTube for people who don't know you?
I make it all up and hope it happens and say I'm a psychic. Just kidding. No, actually, when I started, it was Mel that had directed me. He said, "Why don't you do a YouTube channel?" And my classic response was, "Are you on crack?" And then he said, "You do hypnosis, or you studied hypnosis, so why don't you do guided meditations?" So that's what I started doing last October, and here and there. But then I started doing them once a month, and the guided meditations just they're up on YouTube. Just
Okay.
all different topics, all different things to help people get to where they're supposed to be. The latest one was crystal clear clarity, and seeing things clear. The next one I'm working on is called. I had some clients that lose family members and friends, so they asked me if I could help them through it. So that one's called honoring memories, finding peace. It's actually a grief meditation as opposed to
Oh, that is so nice. And you,
letting go.
guys, it's like, are you awake? Are you aware when this happens? Is this something just like regular meditation? Like,
It's I just tell people, people say, "Well, I fall asleep." It's like, well, you think you fall asleep, but it's okay. I don't care if you fall asleep. Your subconscious is still going to hear it.
okay,
And then there's music underneath that I do myself. And then I also add the 528 frequency for healing, and all that is embedded. So it's there's a lot to it. It's on very many levels. The guided meditations.
Is that like solfeggio tones, or is that like
Yes,
binaural beats?
that's exactly what it is. It's 528 hertz.
Okay. I started listening to those at night. It's really relaxing because I got a brain that won't shut up when it's time to go to bed. And so I'll listen to those tones, and even the meditation stuff, it just relaxes me and kind of
Yeah.
helps me to shut my brain up and just relax. And I didn't know if that was all right doing that at bedtime.
Yeah,
But
and I tease people and say, put it on before you go to bed, loop it, so when you sleep, it's still playing, and then I get, good percentage of my hours at YouTube.
oh, really? If I
Message
loop
like,
it?
yeah,
Okay, I'll listen to you on a loop tonight. I'll do it tonight. I could use some
well, actually,
relaxation.
I have one. It's about abundance while sleeping.
I need that one. Now I don't know
So
which one to do.
you can
I,
do
do you have
them.
to do one every night,
No,
like the same one
no,
constantly, or can you switch from
you can
one to
switch them
the
back and
other?
forth. You can switch them
Okay.
back and forth.
I
I have
always
one
wondered
client.
if they'd be effective if you didn't do them multiple days in a row. Or
Well, I mean, it's the way they're designed. It's not like an exercise that you have to do for 21 days to change. Well, actually, doing something for 21 days, it'll change the behavior pattern of your brain. So if you want to do it 21 days, go for it. But in fact, years and years ago, when I was first told, if you do something constantly for 21 days, it'll become a habit. And me being like the wise ass I am, I just, sure, whatever. So you know how Europeans write the 7 with a line through it. So I did that for about a month. 20 years later, I still write a 7 with a line through it.
now I tried it with exercise, and it's like I know people say, "Oh, now I can't go a day without exercise." I if you see me running, somebody's chasing me with a knife or something. I tried it with exercise, and I when I go exercise, I'm proud of myself and I'm happy I did it. But getting my butt out of the chair and getting to the gym, even after 21 days, it's like this still ain't no
No.
fun.
My doctor asked me, what do I do for exercise? I said, I run. He said, really? I said, yeah, to Pizza Hut.
That's me too. I have steps. I have a quad level, so I go up and down steps. So thank goodness I have steps. That
Oh,
probably is my saving.
I just call Grubhub. Things get delivered magically. So,
Let's see. We got some questions here. So are you
okay.
liking being on YouTube? Have you been? It's been about a year now, hasn't it?
Well, I started like doing the guided meditations in October of last year. Then Mel asked me to be on his show back in March. And then it was Linda that approached me, and the rest is history.
And now everybody wants you. I've seen you on Heart Centered Tarot, and
Yeah, I had a
yep,
lot of fun,
you meet a lot.
and
It's just cool though, meeting a
and
lot of nice
meeting a
people.
lot of collaborators. It's really fun
Yes.
because I'm good bantering with someone. I guess I'm like Ed McMahon, but I'm better with somebody there as opposed to just talking like a blithering idiot.
Me too. When I first came on, I thought, well, I'm going to feel pretty stupid. I'm talking to nobody. I'm talking to my screen. But
Yeah,
then you kind of get used to it and you realize, okay, no, I'm talking to people. We're talking to each other. I just can't see them.
I just have to keep on reminding myself: look in the camera. Don't look at the screen. Look at the camera.
Oh, really? I haven't
Well,
done
because
that.
you always look like that, you know. But
Oh,
anyway,
yeah. Let's see here. I got about 7 questions so far, and
well,
you
let's
have
go.
some questions too.
Yeah,
Let's see. Somebody wants to know. We've got Tana. Hi, Tana. Does Donald Trump and his new judge, Chetnik, have a
yeah.
connection in a past life? Let me do my pendulum just to see what I get for that one. That's an interesting question. Okay, does Donald Trump have a connection in a past life? I'm getting yes.
Yeah, I got a mild yes on it, but I also got a big hit on. I really think Jack Smith and him have a connection as well.
Oh, let me do that. I want to see that one. Okay, let's see. Do Jack Smith and Trump have a connection in a past life? Yeah, I get a good yes on that too. So they're
And
maybe
the card
living.
I got for it, because I use Lenormand deck now and then,
Huh?
was 13, the little girl. So inner child. So that's a yes to me. So yes.
Yeah, I feel yes too. And let's see here. Get rid of this. Okay. And we've got LH wants to know, will any January 6th witnesses withdraw or change their testimony because of his threats? That's a
No.
good question. Because, he has been threatening them. I
I
don't.
will at first I'm going to say yes, but I really feel though one may back away but then come forward again.
Let's see. Will any of the January 6th juries be intimidated? I'm getting no, but will any of them be threatened?
Well, they'll be threatened. Yeah.
I feel like yes. How many? I feel like one or two of them they may find out who they are and they may threaten them.
I get a total of 3.
You get a total of 3?
Mm-hmm.
Let me put my pendulum over here on
And
this
there's
pendulum.
a lot of, go down the list.
Okay, is it 3? Okay, I'm going to ask. Is it 1 that does this? Stop. 2, 3. Yeah, it's saying 3 also.
Mm-hmm.
My back and forth is 3 for me. So yeah, but I don't know that judge is going to put up with that. She
Oh
finds out
no,
that she's going to put his butt.
she's no nonsense. You know, things in predictions, sometimes you give a prediction, it's based upon what's happening at that moment, and then things can change. And a while back, I kept on saying that I felt Trump would be offered a deal that he can't refuse, that he has to go away, and then
Yep.
they'll take away his social media stuff. That'll be his living hell. But the more he's ranting and raving since Friday, he's doing it all on purpose. He's doing it just to push the envelope and to
Yep.
see how far he can take it, and is hoping that the judge will have enough and put him in jail or put him somewhere.
And then
And
he
that way
hopes
he
his
can rally
people.
all his people together. And so it's all
Mhm.
planned. I mean, you know, he may
And
play the crazy man, but there's method to his madness.
there is, and I think that he will get a few crazies to come out, but I don't think it's going to be like January 6th. I
No,
don't think it's going to be to that extent.
no. And also thankful just said that the judge is not playing games with Trump. Well,
Yep.
basically what happened was when Jack Smith asked for the protective order on Friday after he wrote that whole thing about you come after me, I'll come after you. And that's like, little children, really.
It
And so
is.
so then right away, Jack Smith came back, you know, asking for protection order. And then Trump's people wrote back, no, we don't want this. And they try to cross everything out so that they can give everything to the public, saying the public needs to know all this. And then, and they said to the judge, we need 14 days to respond. She says, no, no, by
I
Tuesday.
was so happy to hear that.
And so
And he had it
then
ready.
Trump's people in 2 hours. And then Trump's people said that, well, President Trump, they still call him President Trump, wants both his attorneys there. And one, they can't make it until, and they were asking for Monday or Tuesday of next week, another delay, so that I guess all his lawyers can do the talk circuits like last
Mm-hmm.
weekend. Well, she said no. She
Good
said
for
Friday.
her.
She said Friday.
Good for her, because he just thinks that he thinks he's running the show. He thinks he's going to win the presidency. He thinks he's going to be able to pardon himself. And yeah,
Well,
you're right. They shouldn't be able to go on all these talk shows because that's influencing people, the juries.
well, actually, it's an ethics violation.
I thought, yeah.
The media tour pretrial stuff, that's a big no-no. There's rules of the state and there are federal rules against that because you're not permitted to say what you're going to be doing. And that's what his lawyers are doing. So, in fact, in the complaint, in the response Jack Smith wrote, he quoted Trump's lawyer from CNN, from all the talk shows he'd been on, saying what he was saying. And it's like, this is an ethical, violation. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens with that.
Yeah.
I just, I will say this. I keep on picking up. She's going to decide, I think it was the 28th, on the hearing date. Now, before I'd said something about June, July, that everything would be taken care
Mhm.
of. Somebody asked me, "Are you saying that the trial?" I said, "No. June and July is when I feel the date will be for that court date." I was going to say something. I keep on getting Bastille Day, which is the 14th of July,
Yeah.
but we'll see. But I think it's going to be June, July of
Didn't
2024,
one of his lawyers
before the election.
didn't one of his lawyers say something about that he was representing Trump and the American people? And they said they're not going to let that fly either because Trump is not representing, Trump's lawyers are not representing the American people. You know how he says, I'm being indicted for you. They're
Yeah,
coming
I
after
I don't know
you.
how to say this, but I just vomited in my mouth. Sorry.
He's so brave. He's doing these crimes and going to jail for us. It's
Yeah,
just,
it's
it's
like, oh, I robbed the bank.
for
I'm
you.
going to keep the money, but it was for you.
Uh-huh.
It's like that classic. They get their hand caught in the cookie jar. I wasn't getting a cookie for me. I was getting it for you.
Oh yeah, it's like he never passed up being 4 years old. He's like, or maybe at the most, he's a grade school bully, But he doesn't seem like a grown up in any way,
I'm
except
just.
for he.
I was just thinking the other day, if they have a presidential library with him, is it going to
Hmm.
be Penthouse and Playboys?
Is it going to be what?
Back issues of Penthouse and Playboys,
Probably,
and maybe a couple coloring
probably,
books.
and McDonald's wrappers and
A Ronald
chicken
McDonald
fried.
coloring book.
Yes. Oh, I know. I still remember how proud he was that he passed that dementia test and he did it better than,
Then the
anybody,
gorilla.
which will really help out because if he tries to plead insanity when they have so much evidence on
You,
him,
buddy, you passed the test.
you
You said
passed
you
the
passed the
test.
test.
You did it better than you have the biggest brain of anybody, like he said. Oh,
Bigly.
Bigly. He has created so many words. And if I never hear the word witch hunt or hoax again in the rest of my life, I'll
Yeah,
be
but
happy.
they used to say that in the 40s when they'd come after politicians. They would say it's a witch hunt.
A
I mean,
hoax.
everything that Trump is doing is not original. I mean, it's like he's playing Mengele's journal book or whatever you want to call it, like playbook of you say something enough times, people will believe it that it's true.
He said that in his book. If you tell a lie 3 times or more, people will start to believe it. They will believe it. And that's what he does. He keeps saying the same lie
And
over
the
and
Marquis
over.
de Sade in his book wrote, if you do something more than 6 times, it becomes normal.
Yes. You should see on my community page, I have a picture of Jack Smith with a long coat and a sword, and it says The Last Witch Hunter. And I said, I'm going to get a poster of that. I'm going
I
to
like
get
that.
that and put that on my back. Yes.
Yes.
Let's see here. We got some more. What else we got here to answer? Will any January 6 witnesses withdraw or change their testimony because of 40? Oh,
We answered
we
that.
just did that one. Okay. Sorry there,
Either that or just had
LH.
deja vu or
Okay.
a brain fart.
No. Here we go. Let's try it. Robin. I want to know that Jared and Ivanka are in trouble with all their grifting.
The
Well, let's
grift
see.
that keeps on grifting, of course.
Oh, Jared in particularly.
Well, I said before, I felt that Jared is still going to, the powers that be, what I call upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
still are going to come after him in Saudi Arabia for what they did to Khashoggi.
Yes.
And that's not over. And I said, I believe in karma. I just want to see it in this lifetime, not the next one. But I do feel there's something coming up. It's almost like I feel Jack Smith wants to get all the Trump stuff taken care of first. And
I think
then
so too.
I forget what they're called, those little fish that swim around a shark and then get
Yep.
all of them, like Rudy Giuliani. I don't know if you've
A
ever seen
little.
a movie called Death in Venice, but at the
Uh-uh.
very end, the hero or whatever you call it, he falls asleep and he dies on a beach. And before that, he just gotten his hair dyed, and he's there on the beach dying, and his hair is just dripping. And that's when I saw Rudy Giuliani with his cheap dye job dripping. I'm like, that's like Death in Venice. That's Dick
Yeah.
Bogart.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I get that he's going to go to prison myself. I get that there's movement. I got the Eight of Wands. There's movement. You know, there is evidence. They have the evidence. They know. Jack knows. I get the Page of Wands in reverse. He can't go anywhere. He can't travel. He can't do anything. He's fearful. He's nervous. He sees what's going on. I also get 10 of Wands in reverse. So sometimes that can mean a collapse or a breakdown. I don't know if this is, or a resignation, offloading burdens. I feel like he's gonna have to tell them what he knows. You know, tell him this stuff. Give them the information.
and then he has to turn around to his father-in-law and say, "Well, they asked me the question, so I had to answer truthfully."
Yes, and this is gonna be. I got the death card for him. You know, this is not death, but the end of a cycle. I do get, let me see, is he going to go to prison? I get, yes, he will. Will he go in 2023? No. Will he go in 2024? I feel like he's going to be indicted in 2024.
I get September of 2024.
Do you? Let me ask if I can get a month. See what mine says. What month? Well, mine's pointing to the 9. So we're getting the same, September 20. I have a pendulum mat, you guys, and it's numbers. And I'll ask it, and it'll point to the number. So it pointed to the 9 of 2024. So
there's someone I met and didn't get their phone number. Could you help me with that? Just kidding.
Why did somebody we met didn't get their phone number? Is that what you said? I'm getting old.
I'm teasing you because we talked earlier, and you're saying when you first met your husband that you forgot to get his phone number.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I forgot to get my friend's phone number. Can I use my pendulum for that?
Exactly. Oh, I use this little pendulum. I'll use it when I lose stuff around the house. This thing has helped me find stuff. You know.
Oh, the nuns taught us. Saint Anthony, come around. Something is lost and cannot be found.
I had a nun friend of mine who told me to do that, and that didn't work for me that time. But what is it? Tony, turn around. Something's lost and can't be found is what she told me to say.
Oh, Tony is Anthony. So there you go.
Yep. So I'm always losing. I'd be calling on him daily, like 10 times a day. I lose my phone 4 times a day.
Well, my problem is I tell people I suffer from CRS.
What's CRS?
Can't remember.
Yeah, I definitely suffer from that.
I didn't want to say it out loud because I'll become the potty mouth psychic.
I don't feel like Ivanka's going to go to jail.
No, I feel that she's in trouble, but I also feel she turned on her father and gave so much information that she has a sweetheart deal or queen for the day or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but Jared, that $2 billion, he's got some splaining to do.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. So, yeah, he's in trouble for sure. She changed her name from Trump to, Kushner. Now she's going to have to find somebody else to change her last name to when his name's Mud.
You know, a while back I said, whenever I look at Jared, you look at his eyes, and it's like looking in the eyes of a shark. It's just...
Yes.
But then somebody, and I said, it's just pure evil. And somebody wrote back, sharks aren't evil. Jared is. So
I'd rather be swimming with a shark than be near him. He looks like a mannequin. I hate to say that, but he reminds me like he's not human even. You know, there's no expression to his face. It's just...
Either that or he has so much Botox. He's stroke smooth.
Is that what it is? Maybe.
Yeah, he looked like Cher.
Tana. Oh, we did yours. Okay, we did your question already. All right. Somebody wanted to know, says, will any frequency work? Do you mean for like meditation? Aren't there different frequencies for different things? Oh my
God, there's tons of frequencies out there. And I forget how many there are, but I just gravitated to 528 because that's where my guides were like guided me to. But it's also known as the miracle frequency.
Which
But
frequency is that?
528.
528. Okay.
So, and what I use when when I do I was telling somebody that if you just listen to the one I use for the frequency, it's like it's this horrible, like it sounds like my smoke detector that was going off all weekend. And so you bury it in the music and in the waves or whatever you want to do. But no, frequencies are important because what happens is your brain listens and then gets on the same frequency and it's called trapping the brain, I believe, where
Mm-hmm.
and then it starts doing what it does. I mean, I do go to YouTube and just put in frequencies sometimes and listen to things.
I do that too. That's where I learn, and binaural beats too, where it'll give you one
That's
beat
what
in this ear and one in the other, and they go back and forth. I don't know what the difference is between binaural and solfeggio frequencies.
well, binaural is by both ears.
Oh, so it's both ears, and solfeggio is just one tone?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just one tone.
Okay. But they do help. They do help when I can't sleep. Let's see. All righty. Crazy Shark wants to
Hi,
know.
Crazy
Hi,
Shark.
Deann. And we're talking about sharks and we get Crazy Shark. Uh, Not quite a political question, but when do you see the housing prices coming back down and more meaningful across the U.S.?
Depends where you live.
Yeah, that is. It does depend where you live. What state are you in? Maybe if you can say the state, I can try my pendulum and see if I can get that.
I'm getting for her after spring of 2024,
Crazy
after
Shark.
the
Little
after the
prices.
first quarter. I
What
feel there'll be
prices?
a shift downward
See what would be January, February. I'm just seeing what I get.
because I'm also feeling that the interest rate may be lower at that point.
I get May of 2024, so we're
Okay.
getting about the same. All righty. And what did we got here? Thankful said, yeah, that judge isn't playing games with him. I'm glad. And they want to they want her to recuse herself. Why would she recuse
Yeah,
herself?
she'll recuse herself when Judge Cannon recuses herself.
Now we got one from Sunny Valeria wanting to know, will the judge put the orange man in prison until the pre-trial?
He's pushing it, but I don't see her falling for the bait. But what I do see is her calling him in and saying, and I forget where I heard this from, but it's like, you're holding the keys to your prison cell. Just don't do it. I feel he is definitely going to be fined. She's going to get money out.
Yes.
She's going to sanction him. And last night when I was meditating on this, I kept on. Remember that scene in Goldfinger, the James Bond movie, where at the very end they're going to Fort Knox?
Yes.
And it's like that little building surrounded by everyone. I kept
Yep.
on feeling that if Trump continues doing what he's doing, they're going to put him somewhere.
Well, I tried to pull a card and I tried to use my pendulum both. And I got the Eight of Cups, which is, that stands for walking away, maybe. She's going to tell him, and with my pendulum, I got maybe. So I think right now what she's thinking is, all right, like you said, I think she's going to give him a fine and she's going to tell him, make it clear.
Give
This
him
is
enough
what,
rope to hang himself.
yes. And if one more time, because I asked my pendulum, how many times is he going to get another chance? If he does this one more time, she's going to put him away. She's going to, yeah. She's going
Now,
to take him away from he's going to have to be locked up, and she's going to tell him that. She'll let him know that. And I think
yeah.
what they're trying, they just don't want him to share the information he gives the lawyers. Like you
Well,
said, the
that's what the whole
lawyers.
protective order is about.
Yes.
Now, the funny thing is, he is suing Michael Cohen for
I
$500
heard.
million.
Yes.
And he's asking that he's asking that none of the information he gives, that's all confidential. But he's the one suing Michael Cohen, and Michael Cohen is saying, no, I want discovery. I want everybody to know what's going on here. And so
Yeah.
he's trying to fight that. And it's like, oh, it's good for when people find out about you, but if people find out about other people, then it's fair game. No.
I think Michael Cohen's going to win that lawsuit too.
Oh, he is. Oh, yeah.
Mhm. You know, he really did him dirty, and I got to give him credit. You know, what he did was wrong, but he served time
Yeah,
for
but
it, making up
he
for it.
literally did his mea culpa. He literally, you know, stopped drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yes, he did, and boy, he wants him to go down though. He is really mad what he did to him, you know, and he really looked up to Trump. He idolized him at one
Yeah.
point, and he tries to warn these lawyers and tell them, you know, look at what happened to me. What happened to me is going to happen to you.
Yeah, you're
You
not going to
know,
get paid.
nope. So let's see. Will the judge put the orange man? So yeah, I think that if he does it one more time, yes, she's good. This time is going to be a warning, fines, and
I keep
very
on
make
hearing
it
that
clear.
disco song one more time. So
One
yeah,
more. He shouldn't have another. We wouldn't have another chance if it was you or me. He got so mad because she called him Mr. President. She didn't call him President Trump.
well, he's not president anymore. He's Mr.
He's
Trump.
not, but he wants to be called that still. So I was really happy she called him Mr. Trump.
Yeah,
Let's see here. What else we got?
Mr.
Okay,
Doug Trump.
somebody wants to know how will the let's see. Wait, how will the judge? Okay, we did that one. I thought I erased it here. Okay, and let's see this one. How is it going to be the Ohio election tonight? What's going on with the Ohio election? I heard something about it.
They want to put an amendment that if they vote, it has to be a majority vote of 60 to 40,
yeah,
as opposed to like 51. And I'm not sure. I actually feel women win on this. The women win. They won't be able to get away with it.
so I'm trying to think of how I could ask that. Are the Republicans going to get away with?
Are they going
How
to
could
get
I
a
ask?
win? Are they going to get the win they want?
Are Republicans going to get the win they want? I'm getting no. I'm getting no. So, and I'm not feeling that they will. But I mean, that's terrible. That's just saying your vote don't matter. You don't know what's best for you. We
Well,
are your betters. We know what's better for you.
it's like playing with somebody that you don't know how to play Monopoly, and they keep on changing the rules so they win all the time.
Like my grandson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Bad
Okay.
luck for the Republicans. Outside influence, delays, setbacks. I don't see them being able to do that because you're taking away the will of the people. You're acting then that's not a democracy. That's they are not letting the people decide for themselves.
Gee, there's something new and different.
I know, right? Oh, did you see Katie Porter? She was on there talking to Bobert, and I guess she's trying to fight for clean drinking water for Colorado, which is Bobert's state, is it not? And
Not
she's
for long.
no, not for long at all. But Bobert wanted to have this thing that honored this World War II veteran. And Katie says, I'd love to honor that veteran. I'd love to be there and I'd love to sign your bill. Yes. And she says, but you're not signing my one word bill because you said that you don't want me to have a win. But you are going to keep Colorado people from having clean drinking water. Farmers need that clean water. They're taking water away from clean water from thousands of people because it would give Democrats a win. She says, well, I vote on Republican bills and I go vote for what is best for the people, what is going to help the people. You can't just.
But Katie Porter doesn't wear Pampers.
Right. She's really mature. I would vote for her for president. I swear. I think I see her in the Senate.
It's a hard one because I get a text message from her every day being in California. And then Adam Schiff and I forget the other woman. So it's like it's going to be a tight race for Senate here in California.
Yeah.
I tried reading it. I can't get an answer on it.
See, do you have a date
Georgia
for the
indictment.
Georgia indictment? What were you feeling?
I never got an exact date for it. What I got was by the 23rd of August. It's decided.
This month.
But the other thing I keep on getting is in 8 days. Within 8 days.
See, how many days? Will it be 8 days?
Because she's ready to go. She's got all her ducks in a row.
I'm getting close. I got 9 days, so
Let's see.
we'll hope for that. I'll take 8. I'll take 9, preferably 8, preferably tomorrow. But yes, she's getting everything ready. She's putting the barricades up and everything. She's
going to take all the clown people, all the clown car people.
These people are so brave. You know, now, I don't know if you heard, and if you know if it's true, or if anybody in the chat knows it's true. I heard, I think Linda was saying that that Jack Smith was forced to move his family.
Yes. Yeah. And sell his house.
That makes me sad. You know, that he would have to do that. And then this guy can walk free. And then look at Rudy. Remember Rudy? He admitted that he was guilty of lying over those two women that were helping.
Yeah, in Jordan. He didn't say he lied. He didn't contest what they were saying in their documents. He didn't deny it, but he didn't contest it.
Said it was part of his First Amendment. Lying, saying fire in a crowded theater is not First Amendment right. When it hurts, that would make Charles Manson should have been free, you know, because he's the one. I mean, really, didn't Trump do just kind of what Charles Manson did? I mean, he sicked these people on the vice president and on all these people. So if that would be the case, then Charles Manson wouldn't have been in jail. That's what he reminds me of, you know, on a different scale. So they got it. And also, if he gets free, if they don't convict him, then what's saying?
Well, if he doesn't get convicted, then I'm hoping that Kamala Harris will say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just certified the votes, and Trump is not the winner."
Yeah, because obviously
it could work for the other side too.
Yeah, because they're in power. And if Trump's lawyers and the judge and everybody says that this is precedent now, then the Democrats could do it to them and not be prosecuted. Let's see. So this is a good question.
I hope so. Oh my God. I pray to St. Jude every night for him. Get out of there.
I can't believe he's still in there. Okay, let's see. 45 put him there to cause chaos. Yes, he did. Of course. And the Attorney General in Texas who said that Beto would have won, that he kept Beto from winning by getting rid of all those votes.
Yep.
That Abbott should be kicked out if that's the case, you know?
Well, I get a big yes on that. I mean,
he removed in 2020.
Donald Trump, a.k.a. Captain Chaos.
2024. Okay, what month? Let me just see. I want to see what I get. I get next year. I'm getting July. You
said June.
I really got June. I get July, like end of June, beginning of July, right in there. Mm-hmm. It was right in the middle of those two. So yeah, I hope so.
Hopefully, we'll be able to buy forever stamps with like little fireworks on them that he's gone.
I hope so. He needs to be gone.
That was a good question, Janet.
Yeah, and can he affect, the election this time?
He already did. He got rid of the machines and everything right before the election, and it's just nuts.
It is nuts.
I mean, the mail carriers here, they've doubled their routes.
Yep.
Yep. And now they say you get your mail by 4 o'clock. Now it's like you'll get your mail by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want to stop that mail-in voting, and they want to stop people from voting in certain areas that they know are lower income or are people of color, or they're doing they're going to do everything they can to cheat. I think they already have, yeah. But now he's desperate. He's desperate because this is prison if he don't get in, but he's still not going to get in. But I think he thinks he is.
Well, a while back I said you have to be alive in order to be a president, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I keep getting that too. For a long time, since the beginning, I've been reading and I've been feeling like he's not going to have a long life.
But you need a heart to die. That's the problem.
Yes.
He doesn't have one.
He doesn't have one.
I mean, that gives a Tin Man a bad name.
It does. The Tin Man was pretty nice, you know? Not having a heart.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I had an astrologer that was on astrological tarot, and she said that he was born under a eclipse, and his mother was taken away from him when he was 2. She had mental illness. Well, we all know what his father was like. So he kind of, he grew up in that. And then that time, remember when we had the eclipse and he was staring at it without his
Oh yeah, without
sunglasses,
glasses. Yeah.
staring at the sun? Well, that time was when we had it. She said that was also the similar kind of eclipse. That's when we had COVID. He lost the election. We had January 6th. All this stuff happened. Well, in this new election period, we're going to have another eclipse just like it. And it's supposed to be something, she said, that this particular thing cuts the head off the ego. And she does Vedic astrology. And I'm like,
Okay.
well, ain't no bigger ego than him. So I hope that it gets rid of his ego.
Well, as long as they don't say, Heil Hydra,
Well, I seen Laura Ingraham. She was holding her arm up like almost like the Heil Hitler, and they showed Santos doing that white supremacy sign, like down here a couple times. So they're all peas in a pod. Let's
George
see.
Santos, please.
Will she order a mental evaluation? He's sweaty and out of control.
No, we already did a mental evaluation. He said he's the smartest man in the room.
Right, right. But I got a feeling though, I guess when he came, he couldn't tell him his full name, and he couldn't tell him his date of birth, his full name. They said, "What is your date of birth and your full name?" He goes 77. So he's already acting a little bit. He's losing it a little bit. He just wants to get in so he can get revenge.
Didn't you just ask him who's the president?
Yeah, you should, because don't they ask you that on those mental evaluations?
Yes.
Oh, you're wrong, honey. There's something wrong with you. Just come here this way. We have a room for you.
It's beautifully and it's padded, and you get the special jacket where you get to scratch your back all day long.
Yes. We'll even give you an orange one.
Yeah.
Match the complexion.
Yes.
Will there be any convictions for the indictments? Yes, I think so. Rudy is going down. Eastman's going down. Who we got? We got Rudy. Rudy's going to jail, I get.
Yes,
Eastman's
Phoenix
gonna
Rise,
be
vocabulary of
thrown
a
under the
third grade
bus.
bully.
And later they're going to find out, people in Congress that have been fighting so hard, I feel like, are going to find out what they had to do with it. He's not done.
No,
That's why
that's
they're
what I'm saying. He's getting all the Trump stuff done first, but then people like Ted Cruz, Little Cloven Hose,
MTG.
MTG, all of
Mm-hmm.
them, and
What is
also
the guy who put his hand up like this? That
Josh
was
Hawley.
him.
And
He's in
he's not.
trouble.
He's in trouble. He's not going to. He's not going to win his reelection.
No.
The guy that's vote. I forget his name. Former vet. No nonsense kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
That this whole thing about Josh Hawley being a man. Well, according to him.
Yeah.
His book. But he has an ad that John Haim did, and it's brilliant. So look it up on
MTG
YouTube or
isn't going
something.
to win either. Hers
What's
is
that?
she's up in November of 2024. MTG, she's not going to win. Bobert's not going to win, and I think
know
they're
both
going
of them, but I'm somebody and Marty Taylor Green. I choke when I say that name. Is just that for entertainment purposes only. Don't dock me.
to.
I don't know. Because the thing is, with some of the bills that have gone through that the Democrats have put through that she voted against is helping her district.
Right.
And so she's now kind of taking credit for it when she didn't vote for it.
Well, I don't know what they have to run on, because first they're taking away women's rights. Well, they're losing women that way. I mean, there are women sleeping at hospitals because if they have a tubal pregnancy, so that they can get in and get emergency surgery before they die. We've got Social Security. How many Republicans are on Social Security that are his followers? And they're threatening to cut that.
And we owe it all. Social Security is taxed. And that's all because of Ronald Reagan.
Yes, that trickle-down economics that never trickled down.
Yeah, it's like
I
when a man
love
pees on
he
the
goes on
on
that.
a
That's the
tree.
best president we ever had, and I'm like, I'm still waiting for that trickle down economics to work. You know?
I went to the Ronald Reagan Museum years ago with my parents, and they're all Nancy Reaganites all over the place. And I couldn't help myself. I said, "Where's the Jane Wyman exhibit?" They were all like horrified, and they just point. There's one picture, you know. And then
Yeah.
my mother actually said, where's he buried? I said, and my father and I just looked at each other and said, why don't you go ask? So she walks up to one of the staff members, you know, one of the volunteers, and said, where's Ronald Reagan buried? And she was horrified. She said, he's still alive.
She didn't know
Um,
that he was.
whatever. Whatever. She thought since it was a library, you know, it's whatever, you know. And then
He's
she did,
from where I live. He's from not far from where I live. About there's, I think I forget the name of the town.
and
It's
she's also she couldn't understand why we can go to the Richard Nixon Museum and the Ronald Reagan Museum in the same day. I was like, they're like 120 miles apart, you know. But my
oh yeah,
parents,
that's hard
my
to do.
my mom was, you know, she was from Philadelphia. That's you know, nothing bad about Philly. I mean, that's where I went to school,
Yep.
college.
My mom was a factory worker and my dad was a factory worker, so they were both union people. So I used to ask him when I was a little kid. I said, "Well, Dad, Mom," I go, "what are we? Are we Republicans or are we Democrats?" Because I didn't know the difference. And she said, "Well," she said,
We're in the
we're
union.
not rich enough to be Republicans." You know, she said
My
the union.
grandmother worked in a chocolate factory during the Depression, and they told her the first day they sat her down and they gave her a pound of chocolate brick and said, "Eat that." She ate it, and they said, "Good. Now you'll never want to eat chocolate again." She was, "Are you kidding? I want another one."
You can't make me sick of chocolate. There
I
ain't no
mean, I
way.
used to torture her by putting one Hershey Kiss on the counter and not telling her where the bag was, and
My mother was like that.
she'd start cursing at me in Polish, you know, "Jezus Maria."
Oh,
But
my husband's parents were from Belgium. No, his grandparents were from Belgium, and they used to shakashuize or something
yeah,
like that. He never knew what it meant.
I
Just
always
figured
say,
it meant
I always just think she was cursing at us, but it's basically like, you know, Jezus Maria is basically Jesus and Mother Mary, help me, like, so I don't kill this kid, you know.
well, he knew it wasn't good, whatever she was saying.
No,
Somebody said, "What about Mark Meadows?" Leslie Gregory. What about Mark Meadows? Leslie said, he's turned. He's
his
turned. He's turned.
the name of his new book will be The Art of the Squeal,
Yes, yes. I love it. That's great.
with a foreword by Rudy Giuliani.
Art of the Squeal. That is perfect. That sounds like a book I could get behind. There's going to be so many books about. We've already got so many. I keep thinking, when's he going to go away? But I think we'll be hearing about him for a long time.
He was such a quiet man.
Oh, somebody. Let's see who we got here. Linda J. Deann and Arthur. Will Chris Christie move up the polls? I feel like he will, but I
I,
don't feel like he'll win. He's
no,
gonna he's gonna move up the polls because Pence is they think is spineless. Nobody really cares for him.
in the national, not in
In
local, but I think Christie has a. He's the only one that's going up against Trump, you know, and saying, you know, what he did was criminal. And then you had the Satan saying something about, you know, oh yeah, what he did, but you know, he just fired his campaign manager and brought somebody new in that was in charge of all the crazy right wing, you know, propaganda stuff they're trying to get as law.
let's see. Well, I threw a few cards on him, and I got the Ten of Wands. You know, he's right out there right now, planning his first steps. He's trying to, he's throwing Trump under the bus, but he's doing it because for self-serving reasons. He supported him at one
Yeah, but I
time.
still remember all those memes with him when he closed down the beach, Long Beach Island, I think it was, in New
Oh, I didn't
Jersey.
hear about that.
This is years ago, and then he had his whole family there, and they flew a helicopter over, and there he
I
was
didn't
sitting in
hear
the
about
beach.
that. Oh, look at me. I am turning red. We're talking about Satan, and it's making me turn red. But yeah, I get he's taken his first steps. I get that there's a lot of the moon, a lot of confusion and uncertainty, but
But
he knows a
doesn't moon
lot of.
also represent hidden truths coming forward?
Yeah, he's been telling a lot of things that a lot of Republicans won't say. That's true, but the Republicans have hidden those truths. So
They'll
yeah,
say it
so
behind his back, but not in front of a camera.
mm-hmm. I get that the 9 or the 10 of swords in reverse, and it's an ending. You know, he's I can't say it, an inevitable ending. So I don't see him winning,
Yeah.
and I get that. Ace of Pentacles in reversed, missed chances. So he's losing a lot of money on doing this. But I don't see him winning. I still keep getting Biden winning, and I feel.
I still get that. I still get that. And then what I said on a recent show is somebody asked me about 2028, and I felt at that moment that I still do that Gavin Newsom
Mm-hmm.
and Whitmer from Michigan,
Okay.
and that Kamala Harris not going to run.
You don't think she'll run?
No,
I think
after 8
that
years
Biden may
after 8 years.
step down early because of his health. I don't know, I'm thinking he might not make it the entire time, so she could possibly be vice president for a short time. I'll have to read on
He'll
that.
be president. I'm not sure. I've heard this before, but I've never really gotten a hit on it, to be honest with you.
How many years? I keep feeling like one, maybe 2.5, 3 years. So maybe like the last year and a half, I feel like him
He
having to
steps
step
down.
down and her stepping in for him. And I'm sure the MAGA people will be very upset about that, but I feel like she'll do a good job the time that she's in there. So we'll see, but I've seen her in the Senate argue cases and stuff. She's very bright. And I think it would be nice. It's about time we have a woman president. I mean, women are peacemakers. I just think, maybe she'll open the door for others.
Well, it's female energy that creates. It's male energy that destroys.
Yep. It's the mothers that tell the kids, you sit over here till you can behave yourself. And sometimes, we should give it a chance. We've never in America given a woman a chance. So
In my household, it was you sit over there, or I'm going to get the strap.
I know. My dad had that belt, he'd crack, and it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. He never had to use it on my butt because I just heard that noise and I knew that would be
Yeah.
the sound on my butt.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else we got? Just a couple more. But yeah, I think Chris Christie will do. Let me ask if he'll do better than. Will he do better than Pence? Chris Christie, will he do better than Pence? He's going to do better than Pence.
Yeah.
He'll do better than Tim Scott, I think. Will he do better than DeSantis? I think he'll do better than DeSantis because of him telling the truth. Because people don't want they don't want somebody
In a
who
general
thinks
election, that's you're not. He's not talking to the MAGA base.
Do you feel like Trump will be the nominee, that he'll make it to the nominee?
I don't know. I really don't
I
know if
know.
he's going to. What I predicted was I don't know if he's going to get to the finish line. He may be the nominee, but that doesn't mean he completes.
Yes. They're not telling me. They're saying maybe. They don't want to tell me, but I feel like, I don't know. Even if he does, he's got too much. He's just got too much against him.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got one more here. Will Republican Gloria Johnson win over Senator Marsha Blackburn in 2024?
What state is this?
What state is this, Hill Jules?
I can't answer it. I don't get anything on it.
Let's see what I get. I'll just see Gloria Johnson, and this is for will Gloria Johnson win? Will Marsha Blackburn win? Well, what's the other one? Gloria Johnson. I'm of the two. I don't know who this. I'm getting Gloria Johnson. So you guys will have to tell me. As of now, is what I'm getting.
Like I said, I can't read it. I don't get an answer. Sorry.
So sometimes I don't either. But I thought I'd just give it a chance there. So let me see if we might be able to. If there's any more, I might be able to do one more. Wait till your father gets home. Tangi said, talking about our dads. Yes, I remember hearing that. Don't you?
Yeah.
There was a show about that. Wait, a cartoon, wasn't there? Wait till your father gets home.
Or make room for Danny.
Yes. Celtic Seer. Okay, let's see. Here's one we didn't get. We'll just do this one more and then we'll go ahead and I'll go to the air conditioner. Will a lot of corrupt GOP politicians not finish their current term prior to the next elections?
Does the Pope live in the Vatican?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of them going to have to be made to step down because I feel like it's going to be. I think Lindsey Graham is one of them,
Oh,
because he is going to be told you either step down or we're talking prison time. And
I feel Georgia. Georgia's on his mind.
yes, yes,
You know.
and he's freaking out. He's acting like he's freaking out for Trump, but he's freaking out for himself.
Mm-hmm.
But he is going to be made to step down.
I mean, it's so sad. He used to be a JAG lawyer, and now acting like a little fool. I'm sorry. Personal
Well,
opinion, entertainment purpose only.
I hate that flip flopping. And he said, if you elect Trump, then America's going to go to
In a
BT
handbasket.
double hockey sticks in a handbasket, and you'll deserve it. Then he takes him golfing, and he's kissing his butt. And then the January 6th happens, and he's like, "This is Trump. This is a bridge too
And
far."
then he goes to the airport, and all those people are around him, and he changes.
They're mad at me. No, I love Trump too. I do really. I love him too. Don't be mad at me. He's just such a.
I
He's
love
gonna
Trump as
make.
long as he's not the president.
What gets me is Santos. Is that right, Santos? How can you lie about everything on your entire resume, on your entire, and still have them keep you
George
in?
Santos.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's got like 8,000 pages of evidence they said against him,
It's
money laundering.
because
George
he's at McCarthy doesn't want to lose his vote. That's why.
And they say his parent, some a family member bailed him out. I don't feel like they did. I feel like they funneled the money through them. So,
Mm-hmm.
and don't say where this came from. I
Yeah.
think McCarthy or some of them that wanted to keep him in didn't want to lose him at that time for the vote, gave the money to them to pay for them. Don't you?
Yeah. If you've ever seen the movie The Producers, the original one with Zero Mostel, at the very end, there's a big in prison, and they're raising money for a prison show called Prisoners of Love. I see George Santos starring in that in Leavenworth. Okay? Prisoners of Love, Blue Skies Above, Can't Keep My Heart in Jail. George
Yep.
Santos.
He is something else. I just can't believe he doesn't like said he's Tangi says Lindsay has no integrity. Neither does MTG, neither does Boebert, neither does Santos, neither does Gates. But yet they're the party of moral Christian values, family values. It's
Yeah.
beyond me.
Manson family values at this point.
Manson family values. Yes. I the problem is I'm here in Illinois and everybody that is in my family or my friends are all Republicans. And
Well,
so I am thankful to have all of you people, nice people here because I think I would go crazy. I'm going to a
well,
cookout
a
that
lot of my family, when I went to my mother's funeral, it was like all Trump bumper stickers. And then people ask me, well, why did you end up in Los Angeles? It's like, with my family, Tokyo was still too close, but I didn't want to learn a new language. So, Los Angeles.
yes. Well, I told you I'm going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee again. And I
Yes.
told you that last time I went there, there was Trump stickers, bumper stickers, T-shirts, hats all over the place. And I went moonshine tasting in a what do you call that? Go-kart.
Scooter.
So scooter. So I didn't have to walk, and I ran over you guys. I ran over a whole rack of shirts and hats, and I backed over them, and I ran over them again, and I told him the little Chinese lady was going, the Asian lady's like, get off, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. You get off. And I left there, and I was dying laughing because I did not do it on purpose, but it was just such a happy accident because I had to look at this stuff the whole time I was there. But we're going again.
I saw red.
You saw
I
red?
went crazy.
Oh gosh, I live in Indiana, Tangi says, so I can relate. Blue dot. Yes, I know, I am too. Well, I'll tell you guys what, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. And I really enjoyed meeting you. And I didn't throw a lot of cards. I usually do cards, but I just wanted to we do some of these were just quick pendulum things and stuff I had read on already. So I already knew what I have read on multiple times. So, but it is so nice to have you on. And if you guys would, go over to his channel and subscribe to him if you're not, because and listen to his meditation things, because I'm going to listen to it tonight. See if I can get some good sleep tonight.
Well, I would say listen the abundance while sleeping.
Okay, I'll listen to the abundance, and then there's another one for health. You said it's a good
deep
one.
healing.
Yes,
deep healing.
I'll just turns. So, and then if my internet goes out, I have to be calling you, Arthur. Can you?
I'll send you the MP3. So that way you don't have to watch the video. But the video is not like I always say, it's not pastoral butterflies and waterfalls and all that. You're supposed to keep your eyes closed. So I just have I have these like I call it like looking at a lava lamp on crack, just basically all these swirling things or whatever. Just
I would like that. I love watching that stuff where it looks like we're just, and it's almost like takes you in another world, like you're out in space. We'll put that stuff on my TV just to veg out and watch.
Well, now you can, put YouTube on your TV and do it that way.
That's what I'm going to do. When I get done here, I'm going to put my pajamas on. I'll go listen to one of your meditation thing with my husband. I'm going to make us some tea, put us a candle on, and maybe we'll sleep good tonight.
I hope so. I know so. I'm a psychic. I know so.
So well, it's so nice having you here,
you too,
and I hope sometime we can do this again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I always say I get invited places twice. The first to show up, the second time to go and apologize. So we'll do this definitely again, and you're going to have to come over to my, on my page too.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Once I figure out how this whole StreamYard, Zoom, whatever works,
Well, you can. I'll help you with what I learned with StreamYard. If you help me learn Zoom, I just everybody says I think it's Sheila Celtic Tarot. She says you need to get Zoom. That it's less glitchy. But yeah.
Well, unfortunately, Mel and Linda have been having glitches recently.
Yeah.
But
you can't.
Like I said, everything right now is like a mini Mercury retrograde early. I mean, like I said, I had to take a computer in. The smoke detector was going off, chirping all weekend. They didn't come in until today to fix it. If that's not going to drive you crazy, well, I already am. But that's it.
I wanted to say one of your subscribers, Arlene Forney, said, I love the background. Arlene, I was telling Arthur I do that because I am tired of seeing the flags on all these Trump trucks, and we're patriots, and they're all dressed in red, white, and blue. And it's like, they ain't taking our flag. That is our flag too. That is America's flag. That is not their flag. They are not the patriots. And so I'm like, the heck with you. That's my flag too. I'm taking it back, So, and if I want to fly a flag, I'll fly a flag. It don't mean I'm a Trump supporter. I don't want people thinking that anytime, I used to love flying the flag, and anytime somebody sees a flag thinking, oh, that's a Trump supporter. No, we love our flag and our country too. In fact, probably more, because we want to help, our people want to help the people, we're not trying to take over democracy.
No.
So, okay, I get off my soapbox. Get down here again.
Oh, no, she's going to get short again.
I know. Yeah. You guys have a good day, and thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you guys again soon.
Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Love you all.
Yes, really. And thank you, Arthur. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.